Welcome to Edupedia World. In this video, we will discuss about calculation of mode. And now we come to continuous series. Calculation of mode in continuous series. In these series, there is corresponding frequency given against the values of variables, items, that is x being in the form of class interval. Frequency distribution should be arranged in ascending or descending order. There are two methods to calculate mode: A. Inspection or observation method. B. Is grouping method. We will discuss both these methods in our next slide. First, we will discuss inspection method. This method is used when frequencies of a continuous series are regular. That is, they increase or decrease in systematic order. Also when there is single value having maximum or highest frequency. We determine the model class by inspection. Exact value of mode is calculated using the following formula, that is Z is equals to L1 plus F1 minus F0 whole divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 multiplied by I, where Z is equals to mode, L1 is equals to lower limit of the model class, F1 is equals to frequency of the model class, F0 is equals to frequency of the class preceding the model class, F2 is equals to frequency of the class succeeding the model class, and I is equals to size of magnitude of the model class. This is the formula to calculate mode in inspection method. Let us understand this with the help of a following illustration. We have to find out mode of the following set of data. In the data, we have given marks and number of students. Let's start with the solution. We will make a table of two columns. In the first column, we will write marks, that are x, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. In the next column, we will write number of students, that is 3, 4, 15, 6 and 8. Now as you can see that by inspection, you can say that 15 is the highest frequency. So x against this frequency is 20 to 30. So it will be the model class. And F0 will be 4 because it is the frequency of the class preceding the model class. And F2 will be 6 because it is a frequency of the class succeeding the model class. And F1 is 15 because by inspection you can say that it's the highest frequency. So you can see in the table we got the model class, F0, F1 and F2. Now we will put these values in the formula. So after making the table and by inspecting it, it's clear that model class is 20 to 30 because it has the highest frequency, that is 15. Now we will put up the formula, that is Z is equals to L1 plus F1 minus F0 whole divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into I, where L1 is equals to 20, that is lower limit of the class interval. As you can see that 20 and 30 is the class interval, so 20 is the lower limit of the class interval. F1 is equals to 15, which is the highest number of frequency. F0 is equals to 4, which is the class preceding the model class. And F2 is 6, which is the class succeeding the model class. And I is 10, that is class interval. Now we'll put up the values in the formula and we will calculate it. As you can see the calculation, after calculating it we can get 25.5. So mode is 25.5 through this method. Next we come to grouping method. This method is used if there is irregularity in the series. Also, if there is more than one value having maximum or highest frequency. Grouping method involves preparation of two tables, grouping table and analysis table. By using grouping table and analysis table, the model class is located. This is the class which has the maximum concentration. To put simply, it is the class which has maximum number of tick marks assigned in the analysis table. The process of preparing grouping table and analysis table is same as we have discussed in discrete series. The only difference is that x is in the form of class interval in continuous series as against definite value in discrete series. The exact value of mode is calculated by using the formula, that is z equals to L1 plus f1 minus f0 divided by 2f1 minus f0 minus f2 into I. Abbreviations of these formula are the same which we have discussed in the earlier slide. Let us understand this with the help of a following illustration. From the following data of the usages of different persons, determine the model wage. So in the table, wages are given, that is in the class intervals 100 to 200, 200 to 300 and so on. And number of workers, that is frequencies, are given to us. Let us make grouping table and analysis table to find out the mode. So, although the highest frequency by inspection method is 25 of class interval 300 to 400, as we have seen in the question, yet concentration of item is more around 500 to 600 class interval, that is 23. Thus, we use the grouping method to find mode. So, let's start with table number 1, that is grouping table. We have discussed this earlier also, how to make this table. We will make 7 columns. In the first column, we will write wages, which are already given in the question. 100 to 200, 200 to 300 and so on. And in the remaining 6 columns, we will write the frequencies and add up the frequencies accordingly. So, in the first column, that is the column of frequency, F is written there. You can see that all the frequencies of particular class intervals which is provided in the question are written in this column. That is 3, 10, 25, 15, 23, 22, 10 and 8. So, as you can see that by inspection only we can say that 25 is the highest number of frequency which is against the value of 300 to 400 in column number 1. Next, in column number 2 we will add up first frequency and second frequency. So we will add up 3 and 10, we will get 13. We will add up 25 and 15, we will get 40. We will add up 23 and 22, we will get 45. And last we will add up 10 and 8, we will get 18. Now you can see the calculation. After adding up first and second frequency, the highest we got is 45. So in column number 2, the highest frequency is 45. Next we come to column number 3. In this we will add up second and third frequency. We will leave the first frequency, that is 3. We will start with 10. So 10 plus 25, we will get 35. Next we will add up 15 and 23, we will get 38. And next we will add up 22 and 10, we will get 32. And we will leave 8, the last frequency. So in column number 3, you can say that after adding up these frequency, the highest we got is 38. That is after adding up 15 and 23. Next we come to column number 4. In this column we will add 3 frequencies. So we will add up first, second and third frequencies. We will start with 3, 10 and 25. After adding these three frequencies, we will get 38. Next we come to 15, 23 and 22. After adding these three frequencies, we will get 60 and we will leave 10 and 8. So now in this column you can see that after adding the frequencies, the highest we got is 60. That is after adding up 15, 23 and 22. Now we come to fifth column. In fifth column we will add up second, third and fourth frequencies. We will leave first frequency. So we will add up with 10, 25 and 15. We will get 50. Next we will add up 23, 22 and 10. We will get 55. We will leave 8 frequency. So you can see that after adding these three frequencies, that is 2 plus 3 plus 4, the highest we got is 55 as a frequency. And in the last column, we will add up 3 plus 4 plus 5 frequencies. We will leave first and second and we will start with the third frequency, that is 25. 25 plus 15 plus 23 we got 63 and 22 plus 10 plus 8 we got 40. So highest in this is 63, which we got after adding 25, 15 and 23. So in each column we got the highest total number of frequencies. Now these frequencies we will analyze in the next table. After making grouping table, now we will make table number 2, that is analysis table. This we have discussed earlier also, that how the analysis table is made in discrete series. In left hand side we will write column numbers and in right hand side we will write the probable model classes. So let's start with column number 1. As in grouping table, by inspection we can say that the highest frequency is 25, which is in class interval of 300 to 400. So we will put a tick mark against 300 to 400. In second column, we will add up first and second frequencies. So by adding up first and second frequencies in grouping table, you can see that 45 is the highest total we got as a frequency, which we got by adding up 23 and 22. 23 is the frequency of 500 and 600. So we'll put a tick mark against 500 and 600. And 22 is the frequency of 600 and 700. So we will put a tick mark against 600 to 700. Next, column number 3. In column number 3, we will add second and third frequencies. So by adding up second and third frequency, the highest total of frequency we got is 38. 38 we got by adding up 15 and 23. 15 is the frequency of 400 to 500. So we will put a tick mark against 400 to 500. And 23 is the frequency of 500 to 600. So we will put a tick mark against 500 to 600. Next we come to column number 4. In column number 4, we have to add up first, second and third frequencies. So by adding up first, second and third frequency, the highest total of frequency we got is 60. 60 we got by adding up 15, 23 and 22. 15 is a frequency of 400 to 500. So we will put a tick mark against 400 to 500. 23 is the frequency of 500 to 600. So we will put a tick mark against 500 to 600. And 22 is the frequency of 600 to 700. So we will put a tick mark against 600 to 700. Next we come to fifth column. In fifth column we have to add second, third and fourth frequencies. So by adding up these frequencies, the highest total number of frequency we got is 55. We got 55 by adding up 23, 22 and 10. 23 is the frequency of 500 to 600, so we'll put a tick mark against this. 22 is the frequency of 600 to 700, so we'll put a tick mark against this class interval. And 10 is the frequency of 700 to 800, so we'll put a tick mark against 700 to 800. And in the last column, that is column number 6, we have to add up frequencies of third, fourth and fifth. So in this column, you can see in the grouping table, the highest total of frequency we got is 63. 63 we got by adding up 25, 15 and 23. 25 is the frequency of 300 to 400. So we will put a tick mark against 300 to 400. 15 is the frequency of 400 to 500. So we'll put a tick mark against 400 to 500. And 23 is the frequency of 500 to 600. So we'll put a tick mark against 500 to 600. This is how we'll put the tick marks, and now we will do the total of tick marks. So you can see that in the column of 100 to 200 there is no tick mark, so we will leave a blank. In the column of 200 to 300 there is no tick mark, so we will leave a blank. In the column of 300 to 400 there are 2 tick marks, so we will write 2 in the column of total. In the column of 400 to 500 there is 3 tick marks, so we will write 3. In column of 500 to 600 there are 5 tick marks, so in total we will write 5. In 600 to 700 there are 3 tick marks, so we will write 3 as total. In 700 to 800 there is 1 tick mark, so we will write 1 in a row of total. In 800 to 900 there is no tick mark, so we will leave a blank. So you can see in the row of total, the highest tick marks is in the class interval of 500 to 600. So model class is equals to 500 to 600 with frequency of 23. We got the model class by making grouping and analysis table. Now we will calculate mode with the help of the following formula, that is Z is equals to L1 plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into I, where L is equals to 500, which is the lower limit of the class interval. F1 is 23, that is frequency of the model class. F0 is 15, that is frequency of the class preceding the model class. F2 is equals to 22, which is frequency of the class succeeding the model class. And I is the class interval, that is 100. We'll put up the values and calculate the mode. As you can see in the calculation, we have calculated it and we got 588.9. So mode is equals to rupees 588.9. This is how we will calculate mode in continuous series. Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.